Hi, and welcome to Home Recording 101. I'm Ren, and I'll be your host today. We're going to continue our series covering equipment that you're going to need for your home studio. In today's episode, episode 7, we're going to cover other gear that you'll need to have for your recording studio. What we're going to cover today are the things that most people forget about. First of all, let's talk about microphone stands. You're going to need at least 2 of them. In case you ever want to do a guitar vocal at the same time, you're going to need to have 2 mic stands and preferably have them both be boom stands. You're going to find a set of 3 microphone stands. This is on Zounds.com with a carrying case and everything for $59.95. So not a very big expenditure and worth having. So there you go. There's an easy solution to mic stands. Another thing that you're going to need to do is get some good microphone cables. If you start with 3 mics, you're going to need 3 microphone cables. Make sure and spend good money on these. Don't cheap them out, because the cheaper the mic cable you get, the sooner they're going to break, and you can actually have lower sound quality because of them. For a 20-foot cable, you're going to be looking at anywhere from, if you go with Megami, which is a very high quality mic cable, they're $40 a piece. And again, really well worth investing the $40 in. What I would not do is go with like the kits that have 10 mic cables in it for $29.95. Stay away from that kind of stuff, because it's not going to be very equitable in the long term as far as quality is concerned. So on the top end, you're going to spend $40, and you can go anywhere from $20, $30, $40 in that range. Whirlwind, you can get a 1095 mic cable, 20-footer for $10.95. Good quality microphone cable. You want to get a couple of really good instrument cables, 1/4 inch, to plug your guitar or keyboard or bass or other instrument in with. You're going to be looking at about a $12.95 on a low end to $45 on the high end for a Megami gold-plated, high-quality instrument cable. And again, you know, the better the cable, the better the quality all the way through. The next thing you're going to spend money on is headphones. And these are really going to be like your second studio monitors. You'll be using these while you're tracking your tracks for your songs, so that you aren't picking up speaker sound. For this purpose, you want a closed back headphone. There's 2 kinds of headphones, open back and closed back. And then there's a third that's a semi-open. A closed back will be something that has no access for sound to get in from the outside to your ear. So it's a closed cup around your ear. You don't have to spend a bunch of money on these kinds of headphones. Here's a pair of Behringers for $20. That'll sound good enough to record with without a problem. Now, what I'll tell you is I would have 2 sets of headphones. And actually, I would have 2 sets of closed backs and a third open back headphone, if at all possible. The 2 closed backs would be in case you've got a buddy that's going to come and record with you, so that they can hear and you can hear while you're not listening over the speakers. So the open backs tend to be a little higher fidelity. They're not good for tracking or recording with, because they allow sound to get in and out of the ear cup very easily, so you can have bleed into your audio tracks that you're recording from what you're hearing back from the DAW. I use these mostly for mixing and for critical listening. So I did a lot of research when I bought my open backs, and I found this company, Grado. I found these through a friend of mine who has a mastering house in Austin, Texas, and this is what he uses in his mastering process. These headphones are $100. The next thing I want to talk about is absorption panels for your room. We're going to talk about how to set up your room in a later session. But for now, I just want to touch on this, that what you want to make sure in the room that you're working in to do is to make it so that the room is not super wet. In other words, if you clap, you don't want to hear much reflection coming back at you. like an echo or a long tail reverb sound. I love these Auralex foam squares. They're 12 by 12, 2-inch thick. For 12 of them, they're $279. You can find cheaper versions of this out there, and frankly, they're just as good. So, whatever you can find that works, there's value in having these in your studio space. It'll make your listening experience better. You'll hear better because there'll be less reflection and echo and reverb in your room naturally. And they also help in your recording because they're deadening the room sound and making it not as live, so you'll get a cleaner, truer recording of what you're trying to track with a microphone. So that's really all of the additional stuff that you're going to think about and want to have in addition to the hardware that we've already talked about. I hope this has been really helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email at info@arencreative.com. It's right here on your screen. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have, and I will answer everything that comes in. So again, I hope this was helpful. Have a great day and happy recording.